2023 is promising to be a year of new opportunities. With the world continuing to move forward from the pandemic, many of us are seeing ways to follow our dreams and take control of our lives. However, one area that seems to still be a challenge is our debt. We wrestle with it year after year, and somehow it seems to go nowhere. Well, in this video, I will share 7 debt payoff challenges that will effectively relieve you of debt and give you the financial freedom you have been seeking. Number 1. The 30-Day Challenge. This challenge, masterminded by Credit Karma, is pretty straightforward. For a total of 30 days, about 4.5 weeks, you knock off as much debt as you possibly can. No set goal to reach, just your maximum effort for the entire 30-day time frame. This challenge is great for those just starting out, because the only pressure of the challenge is to do it. If you can keep your focus on getting your debt down, you will be successful no matter how much or how little you're actually able to remove. And since debt is always an attention grabber until it is no more, you shouldn't find it that hard to keep your attention on the challenge. In this challenge, the snowflakes are the extra bits of cash that we don't typically think about when we are trying to eliminate debt. Here, we're talking about the birthday cash or refund checks or even settlement checks that have become popular in nationally televised class action lawsuits against corporations. The here and their dollars are pulled together to take care of the smaller debts we have, freeing up our income to handle the larger ones. It's the equivalent to using the pennies in the piggy bank. It's still money. Number 3. The 52-Week Challenge. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the 52-Week Savings Challenge. This is very similar to that phenomenal savings challenge. The difference is instead of saving a certain amount each week, you determine an amount to go to pay down debt for each week. The key to this challenge is to consistently work on paying off your debt. Many people start the debt payoff process, but get distracted along the way and stop. This challenge gives you an entire year's worth of consistent debt payoff, so each week, you're putting in the effort to bring your overall debt down. This challenge is excellent for those who like to see continual results, because each week you're bringing the total down and can see that your persistence is paying off, literally. Number 4. The Debt-Free in a Year Challenge. Like all of the challenges on this list, the first step to success is to sit down and write it all out. You have to see what your debt is in order to properly tackle it. This is probably most important for the Debt-Free in a Year Challenge, because you're not just tackling some of the debt, but the For some of you, this may not be doable just yet, but even if you don't feel you have financial stability to attempt this challenge, the principles are solid enough that you can apply them to any portion of your overall debt that you feel you're able to tackle. This challenge is straightforward. You look at your overall debt, and then you figure out how much you have to spend each month in order to be completely debt-free. Again, this can be daunting for some, but with the help of free online debt calculators, you can get an accurate number and begin tackling debt, leaving 2023 with nothing out. Number 5. The Piece of Cake Challenge. Debt is often seen as a pie. I'm sure we've all seen an actual pie graph of someone's debt approach. But for some of us, despite the fact that we know that our debt pie can be broken down into slices, we tend to approach debt elimination with an all-or-nothing approach. We disrupt our own chances of success by overwhelming ourselves with how much debt we have to tackle. In this challenge, we look at our pie of debt and decide in which order we will begin to eat away at the debt. For some of us, we may want to eat the larger portions first, and for others, we may want to start small. Similar to the snowball and avalanche approach, the key difference is we only focus on one piece at a time, designating a set time frame to tackle it. For instance, if we are focusing on a piece that is $100, we may give ourselves 1 month to pay it off. We don't focus on anything but that $100 for the entire. The Around the House Challenge. Similar to the Snowflake Challenge mentioned earlier, this debt payoff challenge is all about being creative with paying off your debt. Many of us have things in our homes that we bypass every day and have no interest in ever using again, be it an old appliance, tool, or clothing. We just allow it to collect dust until we're so sick of it that we trash it. But why not use those useless items and knock down our debt, either via a yard sale, using sites like eBay and Craigslist, or even locally focused apps like LetGo? All of those items can turn into cash that will go towards bringing down your debt. You'll be amazed at what all is purchased. A quick search will show you that there's almost no such thing as a useless item, so, we all likely have something that someone else is willing to buy. Just make sure that the extra cash is going towards debt payoff, and this challenge is worth its weight in gold. Number 7. The car loan payoff challenge. This challenge is the double whammy to tackling debt, because completing this challenge now only eliminates one of the larger debts most of us have. For our payments, it also frees up a large amount of money that can be used in other areas. With this challenge, you give yourself a time limit, usually 6 months to a year, if possible, and make it your goal to completely pay off your vehicle. For some, the time frame may need to be a bit longer, but the objective is still the same. Pay off the vehicle ahead of the time it would typically take. This requires you to pay more than the minimum monthly payment. Again, this can be challenging, but if you are able to do this challenge, freeing yourself from car payments ahead of the expected time allows you to use more money sooner than expected, opening up the possibilities to expand on your overall financial goals. I want to thank all of you who have come this far in the video, and as promised, I have a bonus challenge that is sure to make your debt payoff journey successful in 2023. If you have enjoyed this content, be sure to like the video and share which challenge you are most excited to start in 2023 down in the comments below. And if you'd like to learn more about how to eliminate debt, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you can be notified when I upload new content. Again, thank you for supporting the channel, and here is the bonus challenge you can do in 2023 that will help you pay off your debt for good. Challenge your friends. Okay, I know this technically isn't a challenge, but one of the best ways to be successful at any of the previous challenges, or to just have a trusted support system that will hold you accountable, is to include friends. Debt is a universal annoyance, so it's more than likely that you have a friend or two who are just dying to get out of debt themselves. So, why not join forces and encourage one another in this debt payoff journey? It not only gives you someone to lean on when it gets challenging, but it makes the overall experience more fun because you each get to celebrate each other's accomplishments that may have been obtained alone, but it doesn't have to be fought alone.